Hey guys, it's Robert from East Coast Sawing Design. Today, quick little project for family member. Just doing some real wood craft buttons. So they start off as pieces of branch we cut off the previous year. Drilled a hole, and they've been just sitting in a milk crate next to our furnace for the last year and a half, however long ago we cut them. So what I do is sand them on the faces. Starting with 50 grit just to remove the ball fit and not clog up my 80 grit belt. And then when I'm done sanding the faces, I'll mark off a general button round, because these will be barkless buttons, and sand them here. So also trying out a new camera rig today, replacement. So see how that goes. Okay guys, so after rough sanding them on the face of the sander, it wasn't the most easy for camera angles. Now I can mark them. I just use an existing button blank. I center it over these holes were drilled when the blanks were first cut. So I just center it over there. And my compass is the only thing with a point fine enough in my shop right now to draw around. So just line back up. Just scribe a line around it. And Bob's your uncle. So now I'll just rough sand these again on the 50 grit sander. You'll get a slightly better angle this time. And then I'll switch over to the 80 grit belt and finish sanding the faces and the outlines. For anybody's curious, this is a 4x36 edge belt sander by Mastercraft. I have it set up in the vertical position so I can use the platen. It also has a 6-inch disc on the side that would work perfectly fine. I just like the belt better. So as you can see, it's a 50 grit belt just to hog through the bark layers. I've managed to sneak up to within a 6/8 to a 16th of the line. So I'll cut through the rest of them, and I'll get back to you when I'm ready to do the finish work. Okay, guys. So just a quick run through. I ran all my buttons onto the 50 grit to clean them up on the edges. First, I had just nipped all the worst of it off with my bandsaw, so it was less to run on the 50 grit. I've switched over to the disc sander section, and I'm going to clean up all the edges. So I'll take these down to just below the line. Once the line just disappears, then it's to the right diameter. And then I'll just do a quick facing cleanup, and these will be ready. The disc is 80 grit. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Probably can't. Okay, you can on this one with the shadowing. The 80 grit disc is being a little too aggressive for the face cleanup, but it's working a little bit faster for the edge cleanup. So I'll switch over to using the belt sander for the face cleanup after I'm done all the edges. All right, guys. I'll get back to you when I get done with this. Okay, guys, I got the 80 grit set back up on the edge belt sander section. Just real quick ran through and just did the edges on the 80 grit disc. It's running a little too fast and aggressively to clean up the edges. So I'll just clean up 2 or 3 of them. You get the idea, and I'll come back when I'm done. All right, guys. All the buttons are done. So they'll just go in for finishing now. I use a beeswax mineral oil finish. It's the same thing as what I use on my cutting boards and charcuterie boards. I just find it very convenient to use it for this stuff. Before anybody asks, I could have used the 80 grit belt for everything on the vertical edge belt sander. Let's give it a tilt here. But I didn't want to burn through my 80 grit belts because the bark edges are really rough on these belts. This is the 50 grit belt that I used for the bark, and you can see there's a lot of deposits, even though this is all hardwood. I've found in the past using my rigid spindle edge belt sander, using a coarse grit to do the rough work is a little easier on your finer belts. So I'll just give you a quick pan here to that sander. So that's my rigid edge belt spindle sander. I don't like using that for making buttons because the belt runs sideways. So I found that every couple buttons I wouldn't have a good grip on, and it would send it flying right across the shop because the belt runs sideways in this direction. So one of the many reasons I've switched to this 4x36 with a 6-inch disc belt sander. Manufacturer's Mastercraft. Ryobi makes an identical one. King Canada. There's a bunch of them make very similar, identical machines in the same format, and a lot of older style machines in a similar format. The Deltas was a good example. On this one, the disc is attached firmly to the motor, and the belt is belt driven. There's a little belt here on the edge, right there, that black line. On the older Deltas, the disc was attached to the side of the belt sanders, of both were belt driven. I'm very happy with this machine. My experience has been primarily with the Ryobi. But I bought this machine for doing more intricate work because the table can be put down onto the 6-inch disc down here, and that's very accurate despite its slightly faster speed. And the edge belt just works a lot better being in the vertical position. They come standard flat, but I wanted it set up like this. So thanks for watching, everybody. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down if you didn't like it. Leave a comment. And subscribe if you want to see more videos of my shop. I'm going to have a shop update video very soon. We're coming out of winter here in Cape Breton, and it's a little bit warmer. I have heat in the shop, but it's still not the same thing. But anyway, enjoy, guys.